What's going on, guys? Welcome to Winged Defenders. Of course, I'm joined with Joe and Christian, and a special guest today. We got David, a fellow Arsenal fan. We need more Arsenal representation on this show. We need it, especially today after the wonderful result against Liverpool. Liverpool FC, the champions of England and Premier Champions League holders. So, welcome, David. Welcome to the show. Really appreciate you coming out and supporting. So this episode, we're going to be going over the FA Cup semifinal preview, which is going to be Arsenal versus Manchester City, a game that probably Arsenal have no business winning, but, we're going to dive into it. Hopefully we can get a result after the result we had today. Maybe we'll give us some confidence. And we'll also go over a combined 11 from both teams. So I guess we'll start off with David. We'll start off, what do you think about Arsenal and what they did this season, and what are your expectations going into the City game?
I feel like this season was like messed up ever since we let Emery stay. Like he should have gone after the final against Chelsea last season in the Europa League, and we should have started the rebuild then. But like I feel like we did everything too late, and we lost half the season to Emery, pretty much. Yeah, but I mean, we're looking good so far because like Arteta is probably the best person to lead us forward right now, to be honest. But like we just need a couple transfer windows, and I feel like we'll be back. Couple signings.
Yeah, I think we're right there. To be honest, we're a couple signings away. I guess a little Christian. What do you think about Arsenal moving forward, and especially this weekend against Manchester City?
Yeah, I think there is a lot of good things going on at Arsenal. Definitely Arteta's the first one because you need a manager. And I've said it on previous occasions, Emery was successful at PSG, and you really can't go off a track record in France, especially when you're playing or when you're managing that club. I think Arteta's obviously the right man for that job. Guardiola taught him some stuff, and clearly he's trying to do it at Arsenal as well. But overall, I think they're in a good spot. There's definitely the right talent, and we've said on this numerous occasions that he's on the way to being a very talented and world-class player, possibly. There's other guys. Aubameyang, obviously, still very good. Lacazette's shown some good form recently. I think there's definitely a lot of players, but certainly we've said it on this show at the beginning with David Luiz. You guys need to fix the defense. Leno and Martinez have been quality, especially since the restart before Leno got hurt. But overall, I think if you can get some signings in the defense, especially, I think you'll be right there.
And Joe, what do you think as a Spurs fan looking at Arsenal and how they're going to do?
I don't know, to be honest, because I like Arteta. I think he's doing some good things with you guys, but somehow you guys always resort to your banter ways. Like Spurs game, for example, you guys were poor in that game. If we're going to keep it a buck, and then you have a performance like this against Liverpool where you capitalize on their mistakes. I don't know where you guys are at right now. You have those matches against Brighton where you look shambolic, and then you have games against Wolves where you look really good. So I think Arteta is the right man for the job. I like him a lot. And definitely a few signings away, but right now Arsenal is just a terrible club, and I think that until they get some of this old guard out, kind of similar to what Spurs need to do right now, get some of their old guard out, I think we'll see a little bit before they contend for the league again.
Yeah, I think we're a top 5 club next season, and I think if we get signings in, personally, I think we can push for top 5, top 4, but I'm not certain about that. It depends on who we sign.
I heard a lot of people say that last season. Now look where you guys are at.
Well, last season we started off with Unai Emery.
You rated Unai. You were like, yes, give him time. He's going to do his thing. We got to get all the Wenger guys out.
This was the guy that drew 0-0 with Bournemouth, and then you wanted Jose out, right? Like a week ago?
You lost to Brighton. Brighton did the double on you. And let me not forget, which we haven't talked about yet, 2-1. Don't talk.
How is that relevant to this conversation at all? Anyways, let's get back on topic. Arsenal need to make signings. I agree. Need to get the old veteran players that are deadwood out of the club, and we'll move forward. I agree. But I think we have a lot of good talent around the club right now, and if we can tie them down to good contracts and can continue to, Arteta continue to show us direction and where we want to go in the future, I think we'll be solid. But moving on to our fixture, I believe it's on Saturday against Manchester City. FA Cup semifinal. Obviously, Arsenal, FA Cup kings, most trophies in FA Cup history. Playing against Man City in semifinal, it's going to be a rough game because Man City can batter us literally any day of the week. So it's going to be a tough game. But, David, what do you think about Arsenal going into that game?
I feel like we're obviously going to fight, but, we don't have the players to, I don't know. I'm not positive about that game. We could probably do what we did today, I guess. Score from mistakes and stuff, but I don't think.
Yeah.
I'll say 3-1 Man City.
Yeah, I'm thinking I could see Ederson making a mistake and us getting a goal from that, or maybe a defender because their defense is a little suspect. Maybe getting a goal from that, but I don't see us breaking them down and getting a goal, just in the run of play, personally. I think 3-1's a decent prediction, to be fair. What about you, Christian?
Yeah, for the most part, I agree on it. I think that defense for City especially has errors in them. They've shown it, of course, this season, especially with Laporte not really finding a partner to him. Eric Garcia's looked good before he got hurt, then he returned, and now he's playing with them, but they're kind of mixing between Stones and Otamendi as well. I think it's going to be tough, but if you are up, the biggest thing is to capitalize on errors, because if you do that, it's going to make it a tighter game. And they haven't had the greatest of form in Man City. They lost against Chelsea. They lost against I think that's the only loss they have. There might be another one. But, they almost blew it against Bournemouth today. I think there's an ability to make it close at least and put some pressure on them. But, yeah, overall I think 3-1, maybe 3-2, sneak another goal. But overall I think City's going to take this game.
See, I think the opposite of all you guys. I think Arsenal's going to win this game. I don't feel confident in City. I don't feel confident because, one, they have Kepa with a leg back there in Ederson. It just feels like a game Arsenal's going to win. I don't know why. I mean, they played City well until without David Luiz's mistakes earlier in first game back from Project Restart. I don't know why. I couldn't tell you why, but I think Arsenal's going to win this game, possibly 3-2, 2-1, something like that. I just really think Arsenal's going to win the FA Cup in general. Just a bad feeling about it, and I'm never going to hear the end of it if that's the case.
I mean, you heard it here first. A Spurs fan just said we were going to win a trophy. If that irony doesn't hit you, I mean, I don't know what to say. But, yeah, I think I see what you're saying, Joe. I just – as an Arsenal fan, being pessimistic and knowing that this result today against Liverpool was a fluke, essentially. City, we did play well against them until David Luiz made errors. I'm still thinking, though, that if we go down 1 or 2-0, I think we're finished, personally. I think it's how you play in the first half, how we set the tone. If we go in second half, 0-0, anything could happen. But if we go down early to City, we might be finished. But, I mean, if we can keep it a good game, probably they're going to dominate us with possession, going to get shots off. But if we can keep them at bay, keep it 0-0, who knows? Maybe we can get to the final. We'll meet either Chelsea or Manchester United. I think it's going to be Manchester United we're going to have to face. Because I think Chelsea are going to run out of gas, personally. But, I mean, that would be a great result for us. But I think I'm thinking I'm going to go 3-1 Man City, if I'm going to be honest. But I would like a win, obviously.
Now, I have a question for you, David and Jacob. What are you guys going to do with Emi Martinez? Because right now, it really got to be hard to put Leno back in there and take this guy off. And I rate Leno very, very highly, as we've said in earlier videos. Emi Martinez is playing out of this world right now, and you can make the argument he's playing better than Leno was since Project Restart.
I would honestly keep Emi Martinez as a number one, just like because of how commanding he is. Like every like cross, he tries his best to like get the ball, but like most of the time he gets the ball. Like compared to Leno, there you like the mistakes aren't like Leno makes more mistakes from like crosses and stuff. Like those little mistakes where like he could have caught the ball, but he just like doesn't catch the ball. I feel like Emi Martinez has those basics down and he doesn't like make mistakes the way Leno does, I guess, but I'm not sure. I don't know. They're two very good keepers.
Yeah, I think we have the two best like starting keeper and backup keeper in England. I think Martinez is better technically than Leno as far as like when crosses come in, corners, stuff like where he has to command the box, command the defenders. I think he's a bit better than Leno is with that, and better distribution to an extent. But I think Leno is a supreme shot stopper. When you have shots coming at him, he's going to make really good saves. You saw in the first Project Restart game against City, he made a bunch of saves against City when we were getting peppered at goal. I mean, I don't think Leno's coming back this season. We have like 2-3 games left. I don't see Leno coming back for the last game. Next season, who knows? We can see Arteta. I'm okay with whatever Arteta decides to do. If he wants to bring Leno back in because he's the number one, I'm fine with it. If he wants to start off with Emi, see how he plays, I'm okay with that as well because Emi's proven that he's starting quality. But if Emi makes mistakes, then he's going to get subbed out. I know that's the case because Leno's our number one guy. He's on too much money to put him on the bench. So if Martinez makes mistakes, I wouldn't be surprised if Leno comes back and becomes the permanent number one. But yeah, I think that's a really good problem to have for Arsenal. You have two really good goalkeepers. Who's going to start? I think it's a good problem. We need that more on the pitch. A really good striker, really good wingers, really good defenders, people that can cause competition within the team. I think it's going to be interesting for Arsenal going forward. But lastly, we'll get on to the Manchester City Arsenal combined 11 that we did. We did the same thing in I believe it was a Chelsea United video where we're going to go position by position and choose who's the best player in that position, so we can build a team around that, and we'll pick the manager as well. So we'll start off obviously a goalkeeper. Oh, we're playing a 4-3-3, right?
Are we going by form or like or what? Like
That's a good question. I think we should go off of form.
Going off form yesterday.
and like the whole team or like available players?
I think whole
We
team.
went whatever, right?
Yeah, it's whatever because I know for the North London Derby one we did a whole team.
Yeah, so we'll go whole team and on form. So
Okay.
we'll start off at keeper. Who do you have at keeper, David? Start off with David.
Emi Martinez.
I respect that decision.
Um,
Christian, yeah.
I'll go. I think, well, as bad as Ederson has been at times, and he definitely leaks out forward and like leaves his defense exposed, I think he's certainly still one of the best keepers in the league. Even when he's not at his best, I think he's benefited off of the system they play and how he's asked to play as the 11th player in the field, really, instead of having just as a goalkeeper. He's really an outfield player in hindsight. So I would still take Ederson.
I got Leno. I mean, I rate him second best keeper in the league, so gotta go him.
Yeah, if we're going off of the whole roster, I'd go Leno. And even before Ederson, I would still say Emi Martinez over Ederson, just because I'm biased. And off of form, I think he's playing better than Ederson on form, personally.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think we're going to go with – wait. How many do we have? One for Ederson, 2 Leno, and 1 Martinez.
Leno.
All right, so we'll go Leno in goal. I guess we'll go right back now. Right back. We'll start with David. What do you want at right back?
Maitland-Niles.
Interesting pick. I actually kind of like that pick. Christian?
I'm going to go Kyle Walker. I think Kyle Walker and Cancelo's also quality, which we can go on and on about why that was even a signing they made in the first place, because they did a swap with Danilo, and it was a weird signing to begin with. But I think Kyle Walker still at almost 30 years old now is still a very, very good right back in the league. There's plenty of young right backs, which we've mentioned on this Wan-Bissaka, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Ricardo Pereira. The list goes on, but I think still Kyle Walker's quality, starting England right back in the most recent tournament. But I think he's still very, very good at his age.
I'm going Kyle Walker as well. I mean, he's better than basically everyone on the Arsenal team just in general. So,
This man.
yeah.
I hear you.
So,
I was gonna say Kyle Walker, but I feel spited because of that. I was gonna say Hector Bellerin, to be honest, but I think I'm gonna say Kyle Walker, but I don't want to say it because after what Joe just said is so disgusting. But I'll say Kyle Walker.
turn off
Anyways,
the Arsenal slander.
we'll go center back. We'll go first center back. We'll just do one center back at a time.
Form, I'll say Eric Garcia.
Yeah, I would certainly put. I think he's also in that as well. But I'll go Laporte. Laporte's definitely probably the second best center back in the league. Very underrated. I'm surprised he hasn't even made it his way into the French national team. I don't think he played in the World Cup, but yeah, I think he's very, very good. And if they can find a partnership with him, I think they are right there next year again in the league. But yeah, Laporte would be mine for the 11.
I got Laporte as well. I mean, I don't really think either of these team center backs are really that good, but I'll go Laporte.
Yeah, that first center back position, I'll put Laporte. And I think the only reason he can't get into French's central defense is because French central defense is pretty decent right now. Like they have Varane, Kimpembe. I'm missing somebody else that's probably really good for them.
He was starting in the World Cup.
Oh yeah. So their central defense is quality. So, but I think Laporte. I think that's a solid pick. And the second center back, who you going with, David?
Or
You go second Laporte.
yeah.
So, all right, Christian, who do you want to go over second?
And then I did the same thing David did, just flipped it. I think Eric Garcia has been much better than Otamendi or John Stones, and David Luiz has issues. Kolasinac has played as a left center back for them. Holding played today, but he hasn't really appeared as much. I think when Eric Garcia is on the field for Man City, that's their best duo, and I think he gets in the 11.
I'm gonna go Garcia as well.
Yeah, I think it's a clean sweep. I think Garcia Laporte is the best center back partnership. 2 City players, actually now 3 along that side with Kyle Walker also. Yeah, I think that's good. Left back.
Best left back in the league, Kieran Tierney. Done.
Yeah, I actually agree on that. I think Mendy has been really suspect at times, not really on the field that much. Tierney's also had his injury issues, but since he came and started playing in September, I think he's been pretty much on the field all the time that he can be. They also have Zinchenko, who's I don't really fancy as well, and then Angelino, but he's not there at the moment. He's on loan. So I think Kieran Tierney's definitely one of the best young left backs in the league, and he'd get in this 11.
Yeah, Tierney's clear. I think Tierney's actually one of the better left backs in the league, not just young left backs. I think you could arguably throw him in top 7 in the league.
Top 1.
I know Christian's not gonna like that one right there,
As a
David.
personal thing, obviously Tierney is clear. Obviously, I think he's top 3 left backs in the league. Personally, I struggle to find 4 that are better than him.
Yeah, I can't think of that many. I mean, I could think Andy Robertson. Well, other than that, like I'm just blanking currently.
Digne on Everton is decent. He's pretty good.
I'd have to look through every team right now to see all the left backs to be able to tell you personally, but as of right now,
Chilwell, I think it might be a little bit better than him.
yeah.
Chilwell's a little bit better than him.
Chilwell, nah.
I think he's decent. I think Chilwell's. I think he's better going forward than Tierney, but Tierney's way better defensively.
Yeah, Tierney is class, man. If he could stay healthy, he's going to be scary.
Yeah, very quality player.
How about Ben Davies?
Oh, Oh, you should have seen what I was texting these two before, man. Oh, brother, I was trying to rattle Christian earlier, man.
Yeah, just winding people up as he does.
I said Robertson's it's the Scottish Ben Davies.
No, you said he was Ben Davies with a better PR or something with better PR.
Oh, Ben Davies with a better publicist, yeah.
Outrageous, but we'll move on. We're doing midfield 3. Both teams play a holding defender, so we'll go with like a defensive midfielder first.
Off of form, I'll go with Granit Xhaka. Even though he's error prone, but I think he's been like really good ever since Arteta has come.
You pretty much have 2 options if you don't go with Arsenal. I think it's Fernandinho or Rodri, and I would take Rodri off of what he's done for them this year. I think he's been a very good signing. Fernandinho is getting up in age, which is why he was signed in the first place. And I think he's, I don't know if about world class, but certainly a very quality center defensive mid in my opinion. So I'd put him in there.
I'd go Fernandinho. I just think he's a class player. I'm not there on Xhaka yet. I'm not really sold on him. Sorry. But it's also biased, though. I will admit I'm a very biased person. I try to be unbiased, but Xhaka, he's just very, very mediocre to me.
So Fernandinho played out of position all season. Since they couldn't find a competent center back partnership, Fernandinho was playing as a center back. Should have been playing higher up the pitch as a CDM. I want to go Granit Xhaka. I just do. I think when you look at Project Restart, but even if you want to go before that, since Arteta has come in, he's been miles better. This is a person who I believe should have been out of Arsenal in the first place anyways, but has proven me wrong, has been playing really well for us, and I think he's in form and playing good for us, especially today. He played pretty decent. I would go Xhaka. So I don't know if you want to do a tiebreaker or maybe we could do a poll on Instagram to see Xhaka.
I was 2-1.
What was it?
I had Rodri, Joe had Fernandinho.
Oh, you have Rodri.
Yeah.
Rodri.
So that means Xhaka wins then, huh?
Yeah, good player.
I mean, to Arsenal fans, I don't know what to tell you. So second in that midfield 3.
Between KDB, bro. KDB has to be like it's not even close.
Yeah, it's easy for me. KDB's on form, probably the best midfielder in the league, maybe even in the world at the moment. That you have a couple other guys like Bruno, which we've talked about yesterday in the preview for that. But yeah, I think KDB's just world class, probably the best box-to-box midfielder at the moment in the world. So I'll take KDB any day.
I'm going to take KDB as well, but I'm going to go a step further. Currently on form, he's the best player in the world. KDB is a different breed.
Yeah, I was going to probably do KDB as my third pick. That's the third midfield spot, but I'll put him second too. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, KDB, clear, obvious. Last midfielder, who are you guys going to go with?
I think Ceballos.
That's interesting.
I'm not sure though. Like, who Man City have? Gundogan? No, David Silva. After that free kick today, David Silva, for sure.
Yeah, I think David Silva, even at his age, and today he scored a great free kick against Bournemouth. I think even at his age, you have the likes of Gundogan as well. I'm trying to think of other midfielders, but it's really those couple guys. But I think David Silva is still, at his age, still a very, very good center mid.
I was blanking for some reason on David Silva, and I was actually going to go almost the David route and almost say Ceballos, but he reminded me, and it is David Silva.
I'm surprised. You guys forgot about Bernardo Silva as well? Bernardo Silva's quality.
I was going to go Phil Foden.
See, they have so much quality in the midfield.
I put him on left wing. Phil Foden on left wing.
Well, I would go David Silva as well, but just for banter, since David Silva already won, I was going to say Mesut Ozil. Because we're doing full team. But yeah, David Silva, third midfield. So midfield now is Xhaka because he won on a vote. KDB and David Silva. Now the front 3. We'll start off at right wing.
Right wing, Riyad Mahrez. It's not close. I'm sorry. Like he's been on fire this season.
Yeah, I think Mahrez has been quality this year. Didn't get a lot of opportunities last year because Leroy Sané was in the mix and he was playing at a high level, and then he got hurt early in the season. You have other guys. I mean, you really could rotate it wherever you want. I think Foden's even played on the right as well. But yeah, for me, Mahrez is no question been very good this year.
Yeah, I was scared, to be honest with you. I thought you were gonna go say that fraud from the Ivory Coast, and
Talking about Aurier, bro.
Ooh, that's
no, we're talking about that right winger from the Ivory Coast. I won't name his name because he's awful. But
better than Bergwijn.
yeah, you guys are right on Mahrez. He's a great player. He's saucy. We see what he's done. He's got the sauce and the finishing ability, something that some right wingers don't have. But yeah, Jacob.
Bergwijn.
Yeah, better than Bergwijn. Mahrez, one of my favorite players outside of Arsenal. Probably my top 5 players in the Prem that aren't named Bukayo Saka. And it's crazy. I had KDB, Foden, and Mahrez, all my top 5 favorite players to watch in the Prem. So Mahrez, right wing, easy pick, so quality. And yeah, I think let's just go center forward first. Center forward.
Don't say it.
Don't say what?
Off of form, you have to go Lacazette, bro. I'm sorry. Aguero's injured. Alba doesn't score in big games. Lacazette up for form, has to be said.
If we're not going off form, which I think we are, I think Aguero is not even a question. Gabriel Jesus is suspect at best, and Aguero is probably the most underrated striker in the Premier League. I don't think he's won Player of the Year once, and he's scoring like almost 20 goals a year every year. I know Joe's flipping out over there, so Aguero's mine.
I truly hate it because I saw this dude David tweet. He said, Lacazette, we need to talk about him in big games. And I just hate it because, I mean, yes, Lacazette has been performing in big games. He has been performing pretty well recently, right? Respect to him, okay? But you can't take him over Aguero. Come on. Like put your bias aside, please. Oh.
I said what I said, bro.
So, Christian, you said Aguero?
Correct.
And you said Aguero as well, Joe?
I did.
No.
Going off of form, yeah. 2-2. French, former international, not playing anymore. I'm still going to Aguero. Aguero's too sick.
Oh.
Thank you. To make it 2-2, and that'll be fun, but I can't banter. I've had enough fun. I have the jersey with me. I'm going to go Aguero up top. Even though Lacazette probably is in better form. But that's all I'm going to say. Left wing.
Left wing, I think I'm going to go Phil Foden. He doesn't usually play left wing, but I think he played there today. Yeah.
He might have.
He's been on fire ever since restart. He scored against Liverpool, assist against – what was it? He scored against Arsenal, right?
Yeah, he scored against us. It was a third goal.
Yeah, he had a couple assists too. Probably missing some goals, but Phil Foden.
I think he had a brace at some point soon, a couple games ago.
Yeah, I think Foden. I mean, you have a couple options here. You can really go Aubameyang if you wanted. You can go Sterling. You can go, like David said, Foden. For me, I think on form, you have to go Foden. Foden, since the restart, has been given opportunity, has been lights out. I think he's one of the best young English players and will be helping England in next competitions. But Sterling's right there, but I go for Foden on form.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm going to go personally. I'm going to go Sterling. I think Sterling, especially in cup competitions, this man just eats it alive. And I think Sterling is class. I think I joke around saying he's a tap-in merchant a little bit, but all jokes aside, he's a very, very class player, and I think probably one of the best wingers in the league. Actually, he is. He is.
The best?
In what
No,
league?
one of the best. One
Oh,
of
In
the
they
best.
what
said
league?
the best.
In what league?
What in the Prem?
I don't even think he'll be the best in championship, bro.
I'm not saying he's the best. I never say he's the best. I say he's one of the best.
You sure?
Positive.
Well, if I'm gonna be honest, it was honestly Aubameyang. I think form-wise, he's not on the level of Foden or Sterling currently, even though Aubameyang's in the contention for Golden Boot. I'm personally gonna go Sterling at left wing, the natural position for him, because Foden I think is better as a number 10, number 8, playing the midfield. So if Foden was gonna be in the team, I think he'd be in the midfield. But he'd be the first person off the bench, or he'd be in the midfield for me. But I'm gonna go Sterling on the left wing personally.
So
Tie goes to the guest. Tie goes to the guest. So we'll go Foden.
Go Foden. Respectable. So I think our full team should read out Leno at keeper, right back Kyle Walker, center back Eric Garcia at one, Laporte at the other, left back Tierney, our defensive midfielder, one on our vote, Granit Xhaka, love it. KDB, then David Silva, round out the midfield. Right wing, Riyad Mahrez. Center forward, we went with Aguero. And then left wing, we ended it off with Phil Foden. Man City dominated, as expected. A much better team than Arsenal is, especially on the attack. I mean, defensively, they're better than us as well, but we're one of the worst teams defensively. But yeah, expected. City has a great team. Going to be a great matchup. I think, I like what Joe said. I really like what Joe said about this game. I like he thinks Arsenal can win this game. I like it.
All right. I'm an unbiased person. I say the truth. I say the truth.
Right.
Hope kills. Hope kills.
Yeah, going to be a big game. Definitely hope Arsenal can get a result as an Arsenal fan. Would love to play Wembley for a trophy against Manchester United or Chelsea. I would prefer Man United. I prefer to play Chelsea. I prefer to play Chelsea because that attack of Man U is disgusting. But I think Man U is going to win that game. So, but yeah, we're looking forward to that match coming up on Saturday, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in to Wings and Defenders. Stay locked in. We're going to have more content coming out, more guests, a lot of interesting topics. So yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.